Where does the breeze in the evening come from? Good morning. My name is Father Frank Buckley. Delighted to be with you on this beautiful Tuesday morning in Hollywood. Today is going to be a great day. I'm delighted to be the host of our morning meditation group, Flourishing During Times of Uncertainty, Becoming Contemplatives in Action. The most important part of our day is our morning practice. I cannot think a better way to engage in a morning practice than with this community in Hollywood. So it's a three-part series. First part is a little inspiration, and this morning we draw from none other than one of my favorites, Father Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, and his book Divine Milieu. Shout out to parishioner of Blessed Sacrament, Al Marsala, reminded me several years ago at the Star Awards about the importance of this great theologian and how this theologian actually impacted his relationship with his wife in a very, very beautiful way. And I will promise you, Chardin will have a very beautiful impact on your life if we give him the opportunity. So we'll begin with a little inspiration. The second part of the program, we move to the heart of the matter. Being a contemplative in action requires a contemplative practice. So we give this 20 minutes of silence to God. We turn the gaze inwards and just observe, notice, savor the kingdom within. And then the last part of the program is a Jesuit examine, where we look over our day and notice where God showed up and where we might have missed God, coming from a place of gratitude. So let's get going. Let's turn to Father Chardin and see what he has to say on this beautiful Tuesday morning. The coming of the divine milieu. A breeze passes in the night. When did it spring up? Whence does it come? Whither is it going? No human knows. No one can compel the Spirit, the gaze, or the light of God to descend upon themselves. On some given day, a person suddenly becomes conscious that they are alive to a particular perception of the divine spread everywhere around them. Question them. When did this state begin? They cannot tell. All they know is that a new spirit has crossed their life. It began with a particular and unique resonance which swelled each harmony with a diffused radiance which hallowed each beauty. All the elements of the psychological life were in turn affected. Sensations, feelings, thoughts. Day by day, they became more fragrant, more colored, more intense, by means of an indefinable thing, the same thing. Then that vague note and fragrance and light began to define themselves. And then, contrary to all expectations and all probability, I began to feel what was ineffably common to all things. The unity communicated itself to me by giving me the gift of grasping it. I had, in fact, acquired a new sense, the sense of a new quality or a new dimension. Deeper still, a transformation had taken place for me in the very perception of being. Thenceforth, being had become, in some way, tangible and savorous to me. And as it came to dominate all the forms which it assumed, being itself began to draw me and to intoxicate me. Thank you, Pierre. I cannot think of a better way for being to intoxicate our whole being than through our contemplative practice, what Ignatius called contemplatives in action, with the accent on contemplation. So, with that beautiful inspiration, let's move into our morning practice. I invite you to take your shoes off, plant the soles of the feet on the ground or a cross-legged position. I will lower the lights while you get comfortable. One of the ways we flourish is to unplug. That's becoming a mantra of mine. I've got the timer set for 20 minutes, so you don't even have to worry about that. I've got your back. I invite you to take your glasses off. This morning I will ring the bell. Engage your sacred word 4 or 5 times. Take the attention to the traffic and the external sounds. Let go of thought and notice any sensations in the body dropping down and enjoying the miracle of meditation. Let's begin. Very, very gently bring your attention back to the room. If the eyes were closed, go ahead, open the eyes, circle the wrist one way, then the other. Do a little gentle stretching. Inhale, raise the arms up, lean to the left, pull the tummy in, lean to the right, come back to the center, shake out anything you've been holding on to, and let's transition into our Jesuit examine. So here, if you're new, feel free to introduce yourself or put in the little drop box anywhere, excuse me, God has come alive for you recently. Or simply three things you're grateful for this morning. And I will start, and then feel free to drop things in the comment box and we'll wind up our morning practice. So first and foremost, what was on my mind a lot, we had Jesuit community, so we had a discussion about it last night, but Thanksgiving on our Jesuit campus is going to be nothing short of extraordinary. As always, we'll have a morning mass and canned goods, but what is even more exciting to me this year is something very new. Thank you to Rachel and JT, Father JT at the school, to allow us to use the outdoor dining area. We will be serving meals to the unhoused in Genevieve's garden on Thursday. Great job, Brother Henry. As well, with the help of Chris at the center and Gobble Gobble Gulp, amazing organization. We will be giving out approximately 2,700 meals this Thanksgiving to a whole plethora of people on the margins. Those living on the streets, those who've lost their jobs and have no money for Thanksgiving dinner, they will be delivering meals, and Gobble Gobble Gulp will also be delivering meals to people on the streets and in the tents unable to get meals. So it looks like on our Jesuit campus, Thanksgiving is going to really move in the direction of Pope Francis's dream of becoming a field hospital for the wounded, providing community and God's love for those most on the periphery. That is one of the things that really touches my heart as we move into the holidays. Second will be this is jumping a little into the future, but be flexible. Driving in this morning, I saw people already lined up for to come into the center, and this morning is one of my favorite days of the week. We do a little flourishing and recovery group for people living on the streets, struggling with addiction on the patio, and something I've added to it, which is really exciting to me, something Dr. Janice Phelps, my supervisor in graduate studies, introduced in our supervision class. She would always set an altar in the middle of the room with something to do with water, air, earth, and fire. And we're doing that the same thing with an altar in the middle of the group on the patio. So yeah, really exciting and fun. And then last but not least, thank you, Al Marcella. How much do we love Father Pierre Teilhard de Chardin? I am absolutely passionate about transformation, and no one writes better about this, in my opinion, than Chardin when he says, when we focus our beings on the divine, an amazing transformation happens. And we go from living in a quite ordinary world to experiences what he calls the divine milieu. What more could any of us ask for? Hope you have a beautiful rest of your Tuesday. Thank you for joining us for our morning practice, building a little community on our Zoom in Hollywood. Have a beautiful rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Wednesday. God bless you.